Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I am Dustin, and today I have the pleasure of being here with Chrissy McIntyre, who is an artist, a collage artist, who's also an author, and just all around a really creative person. Thank you so much for being here, Chrissy.
Thank you for having me. It's so exciting.
So I met you at Bazaar, which is an annual fair that they have in Maplewood, and I saw your art. And actually, I saw the thing that caught my attention was the TARDIS.
Oh, I have
For
a
all the
little
Doctor
print
Who
of it.
fans.
Yes, the TARDIS.
Yes. And I'm like, I don't know who else knows. Well, obviously a lot, because you didn't have any left except for the one on your at your station. But I wanted to have you on because I really like your art, and from a distance, I didn't realize that it was collage art. So I wanted to start off with you telling us a little bit about your background, and do you have an art background?
Sure.
Kind of thing.
I did study art in college, and sort of bounced around a lot of different careers, and finally decided, actually, you know what, why don't I do this? Why aren't I putting this out into the world? I just do paintings and things at home, and just always kind of kept it at home.
Okay.
And then a friend of mine came over and he said, "Who's the artist? Why aren't
you're
you?
kidding.
Yeah, why aren't you putting this somewhere?" And so I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
So that was nice. So yeah, the collage came about. So bizarre. I made this random sort of abstract-y kind of piece. It kind of looked like a map.
Okay.
And I was in the studio tour, and I put it in there because I was like, I don't know. This doesn't look like anything else that I've done, but I'll just put it in there. Why not?
Right.
And then that was the one piece that everybody really was drawn to. They kept going, "Oh wow, this is really nice. I like this." And I thought, "Oh okay, maybe I'll try and develop that." And so then I thought, I'll do my dog. I don't know why. I'm going to just do a dog. And I put my dog in the art walk in Maplewood. And that was like the first thing that sold. And somebody then ordered another dog. And I thought, you bought my dog? Why are you buying my dog? But okay. And then it just seemed to like go from there. And I've been doing a lot of dog I have one. I've been doing a lot of different dogs, and I do.
Oh, very nice.
So
now, is this your dog, or
this is not my dog? This is sort of one of my sample dogs that I have, and I I don't know where the camera.
Oh, you can just hold it in front of you. We'll get a shot of it.
And so I work from a portrait, and people. So I've done a lot of dogs. So that was just sort of, and that was one thing, and then I did the TARDIS as like kind of a lark,
right?
Just because I thought, oh, it's funny, Doctor Who, why not? And then people just. I don't know.
I know that's
really
where I gravitate. I'm like, I haven't seen anything like that, so it was really nice. But even before you started with the collage art, you mentioned that you did other types of art?
Yeah,
like,
I did a lot of
this
painting.
Okay.
I did.
Like oil or water painting or?
I've always been a crafter. Like, I've always done art. Like, in college, I did a lot of ceramics.
Okay.
I did oils in college. I did abstract, like, acrylics. Well, I've always dabbled.
Okay.
My studio is just like a mega stockpile of art supplies because I can't help myself.
Okay, so you're interested in all types.
Yeah, I just want to have it all around me.
Okay.
And so yeah, I did a lot of sort of abstract-y things, sort of more like very drawn to graphic work. I love
like digital.
No, like graphic looking, like
right.
kind of and I've always loved stuff that kind of brings a smile to your face. I love pop art. And I love like anything that just sort of like whimsical, like something that makes you, like when you look at it and you just sort of laugh, like that kind of stuff. And I always want to create something that when you look at it, you go, oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, I know what that is, that kind of a thing.
And so then, so how did you make that leap from doing the paints, whether they're water paints or oil or acrylic, to actually saying, hey, you know what, I think this might be fun to do collage? Had you done it before and this was just one of the many things, or how did you make that leap? Oh.
It's just, I think I was just flipping through a magazine and I was like, oh, these are really great colors. I'm just going to cut these up.
Well, things like that. That's awesome. That's awesome, though. Who has that that's great that you have that vision, because I think most people flipping through a magazine wouldn't say, hey, this would make a great green in, a floral picture or something. So that's a very different way of thinking. That's very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess I love mosaic tiles. I love those. Like when you go and you get the floor tiles, I love that. But I don't have the wherewithal to cut all those little tiles,
Right.
and that's not for me. That would bring like the level of agita I don't think I can cope with. Paper, I can just cut that all day. That's easy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fun. And then when you're done, you can just kind of go whoosh, and you just clear the.
So you don't even save like the extra pieces, like
Not if I've cut them, no. And I had to
okay.
do that, by the way.
So for example, this is Maplewood. This is downtown Maplewood. Something like this. How long did it take you to create this?
This was a while. This took a while. I don't usually work on a piece all at once. Like I'll go from here, then I'll just work on a dog, or I jump around because you can kind of get lost in it. It's easy to kind of lose your mind a little bit. Anybody that knows me knows that I lost that ages ago. But yeah, no, this was a long time. I don't know.
Okay.
A couple, I to quantify it in hours. It's just a while.
Okay.
Just like thinking about it and then finding all the colors and just like.
So how
putting
do
the
you do
first
that? Like,
piece-
how do you find out? So I'm assuming you have a photograph or something like
Yes.
that as a reference. When you're looking for the colors, first of all, how many magazines must you have at your house? That's what I want to know. And also, like when you're looking at the
too many.
colors, how do you decide on which? Like, how do you make the connection between this color in the magazine versus this color in the painting that I want to place in this section of the mosaic?
Well, that's the magic, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I think what happens is the colors blend in your eyes. So like, there's a lot of different colors in here. If you look at this thing, and there's a lot of different, like each piece is full of color. That's what's the best part about the magazines is like each little tile has something in it. So when you look at it, it's very textured.
Right.
It's not a flat piece. So when you just put them down, if you just put flat pieces down, the whole piece would look very flat. But when you mix all the colors together, then your eyes do the work.
Okay.
I don't really do the work. The
Okay.
eyes do it. And you just sort of get it. Because there's, in each little thing, there's a lot of different colors in there.
So this is
the answer to your question is I have no idea.
but
It just happens.
but as you're talking, you obviously have to know something about, like you said, it doesn't look flat because you're incorporating a lot of different colors. So it's not
Right.
just a red brick,
Right.
all one type of
No.
red. But so is that something that is self-taught, or since you said you have, your background is also
Yeah.
formally in art, is that something that you learned in art school, or is this something that you learned by creating?
Yeah, this is by creating.
Okay.
Yeah, as you go. This is I've been doing this now 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Mostly doing collage. And so, yeah, I think, I've kind of gotten a few ideas about what I like and what I don't like.
Okay. Are there certain photos that lend themselves better to collage than others?
Sure. Certain things just really strike me. Like this rooster, for example. This was a photo my friend posted on Facebook. She lives in Ireland, actually.
Okay.
And she was at her friend's house. This is her friend's rooster, Bruce.
Okay.
And she posted the picture, and I said, Marie, I need that photo. I need to do that. I don't know. It just struck me. I just had to do it. So there he is in his little Irish barnyard.
That's
Living the life over there.
You know what I noticed about that painting versus this one? At least from here, it looks like those pieces are smaller.
Yeah. Well, that's a smaller...
Like, I feel like the pieces are smaller, or does it even come into play, like, when you're, like, would you use more pieces for more detail, or...
Yeah, sometimes you have to really... sometimes you just can't... people want to do, especially a dog, they'll want to, can I just do, a little one? And I was like, well, I can't, because I can't literally put pieces together, especially when you're doing eyes and things that require a lot of detail.
Okay.
You kind of have, my fingers tweezers are too. I can't do it. I don't work with tweezers. I just work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just with
You're
my
literally
hands.
just laying down each piece.
Manicures are lost on me. My hands.
Like you have
just
enough,
don't
you can't
last.
do that. Well, now that you've talked a little bit about the how you do this,
Yeah.
when you're and I know that you work on a little of each
Right.
piece at a time.
Yes.
How do you? What's the actual? Like, can you take us through technically how you do this? Like, is it foam board? Is it? What do you? Just take us through like what you have to do in order to accomplish this.
Most of the time, this is on watercolor paper. I buy
Okay.
the 300-pound. It's very thick. Well, it's the thickest one they have at the art store I go to.
And that's by design or?
Yeah, because it's really thick paper. So when you because there's so much glue on this. And there's also, on the top of that, there's paint. Actually, I think that's ink. So there's so much glue. You want to really, thinner paper will just wrinkle
Would
like
ravel up and
crazy.
stuff. Okay.
And so I really want good quality paper under there. And then I get the design down. And then
And how do you do that? Do you draw it or do
yeah,
you?
or sometimes I trace things, or like little pieces, or sometimes, like I really call it like my map, basically. I
Okay.
just have like the general idea of where things are, and then I fill in. I mean, if you really look closely, it's not true exactly to the town, but it's sort of the gist of the town.
Okay.
But so then I put my map down, and then it's basically just filling in,
Okay.
And then when you want, with landscapes and things like that, you sort of move the pieces to kind of give direction. You know what I mean? Like that building, you could see like the pieces move. So you kind of get the sense that the building is going in that direction. So it gives it the depth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does make sense. That's why I was trying to get an idea of,
Yeah.
like there are layers as well. So you said sometimes there might be a layer of paint. Obviously, you have that thick paper, and then there may be a layer of paint, like the sky looks like it.
The sky's in there, and then I really just go. There's certain areas that are probably thicker than others because I don't like what I did, and I just put more paper down.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it sounds like it's also if there's something that if you have a mistake or if there's something that you feel like you don't want, you can add more to
Yeah.
it, or you can't take off.
you
with that?
can. I mean, I've gotten to the point where, like if I see a mistake, I'll put it down and go, no, get that out.
Oh, okay.
And then you kind of get rid of things.
And you can do that because the glue is still wet.
The glue is still wet. If it's dry and you pull off a piece, you're probably going to ruin a few surrounding tiles. But it's paper. I mean, you just gotta let that go. It's magazines. I mean, you just have to accept. There's going to be more.
Right.
So, yeah.
But the main thing is that your art is not messed up in any way. You're still able to continue building on
Right,
it,
right.
and it's not like you have to throw the whole thing away.
Oh,
and say,
God, no.
Yeah.
No. Usually, I will say, though, in the middle of probably in every piece I do, in the middle of it, you're going, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Is this really worth it? Like, what is happening with this thing? Is this going to get where it needs to go?
Yeah.
And in the end, it does. But there's always that moment where you're like, really? Is this right? I don't know. Do I need to scrap this?
Well, you know what? We're going to come back
Okay.
in a few moments.
Okay.
And we're going to talk more about the art because I think it's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
But
Find out if I scrap all my art when we come back.
yes, I'm Dustin. This is Dustin's Kaleidoscope, and we'll be back in a moment.
After 17 years working as a mason, Mike was laid off. I met him when he came into the library looking for help. He found a job opening, but the application was only online. Mike said he'd spent his entire life around tools, but had never used a computer. I showed him how, and he ended up applying for numerous jobs online. I saw Mike the other day. His new computer skills paid off. He's working again.
New Jersey libraries are transforming lives. Tell us your story.
Hi, and welcome back to Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I am Dustin, and I am here with Chrissy McIntyre, who is telling us a little bit, actually a lot, about her collage art. and how she got started, and just basically how you decide on the pictures. But
Thank you.
We talked about these larger, the larger collage pieces, but you have a few to your left that I wanted to talk about. Because you during the break you said that those were did you say geeky or?
Yes, my sort of nerdy collection.
Nerdy,
yes.
So can you show us each one and just
Sure.
sort of, and you can hold them in front of you, and then that way we can.
Well,
see
this
them.
is the TARDIS. This is the print of the TARDIS.
Okay.
Which is a reference from Doctor Who. It's bigger on the inside, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And this was just something I did as a lark. Honestly, I just thought it'd be a bit of fun. I've always loved British design, British culture. I married a British guy. So I just sort of wanted to do it. Like, why not? And then they just were really popular. And this is like one of the first collages I ever made. And now I have loads of prints of them because people just keep
asking for them.
them.
And I did notice that when I met you the first time, that there was definitely a lot of English-oriented designs.
Yeah, so I do like a lot of these tube signs.
Yes, that's
the London Underground. But I do them for any town. So people, wherever you live, I've done random towns like all over the place, and people just, I don't know, they just like them.
Yeah, that's I like that too. That's a very nice one.
And I actually started putting these on towels and like dish towels and things like that because I like art to be useful. Like it doesn't always have to be on your wall. Like it should be something that you want to use and have in your home. So
I lived in Denmark, and they would call that Brugskunst, and that means art that you can actually use.
You lived in Denmark? Very fancy.
That's another story. Yeah. But when you said
we have to have coffee and talk about that.
But that's what people like. At least it wasn't just beautiful, but it served a purpose.
Right. Yeah.
So I like that. So you have it on tea towels and things like that.
Yeah, and cards and things like that because people want to use it. I mean,
Right.
it's lovely to have it on your wall, and that's great. But then, it's good to have it elsewhere. And then, this is R2. I mean, I can't not love him. He's one of my favorite things ever. And so yeah, these are popular prints, and if people want them, I'll make them.
Okay.
But like an original, if somebody wants an original one.
Right.
But I haven't made originals of these in a while.
That looks like it would have taken a long time too, just because of the shades of gray. And, you know what I mean? Like you didn't make him stark white and just put blue on there. It's like I can see like the different shades of gray. You know what I mean?
Yes, there's 50. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. There could be. I mean,
he takes it. R2 is he's a lot of work. I don't know why. He's probably one of the most labor intensive.
Oh, really?
Pieces. And then this is sort of my. He's kind of like my self portrait, really. Like I'm a British girl wannabe living in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I do a lot of maps in New Jersey.
That
was another thing I did as a lark. I don't know what people they like it, and then they just keep ordering them. So it's kind of fun. This process has been really funny because I just do things that, I don't know, I always do things that I would like to have on my wall. Like I never really make anything. If I'm going to just sell it as a thing, I try not to pander. Do you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I just make things that I would like.
That
if
you
people
would like
it,
yourself, right?
That's great. But with custom stuff, obviously I make whatever people ask for.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's kind of, but I've,
so let me ask you this. So you said you've been doing this for 4 years, and you started, like you said, you just started
collage for 4 years.
Collage, that's what I meant. Yeah, so you've been doing the collage art for 4 years.
Yeah.
How has it changed for you, and what has surprised you? It sounds like the fact that a lot of people like the same thing that you like has surprised you. But over the duration of the 4 years, what else has surprised you about doing the collage art? Has it gotten easier? Have you seen younger people like it, older people? What has been interesting?
I think what's really interesting is, how people, they always look at it and they go, oh, what is that? And they don't know what it is. They think it's a photograph. I think as I've been going along, my work has gotten more like photorealistic. I'm trying to get more photorealistic.
Right.
I'll probably get bored of that, and then I'll go back to really abstracting it out or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But in terms of surprises, I think what surprises me is I have no patience for most things. And doing this is really calming for me for some reason. And people think I'm crazy because I'm like, how can this be calming? You're like putting these little things together and that would make me crazy. And I don't know what it is about it, but it really just, it relaxes me.
Okay.
Which is,
but I can
crazy.
see that if you're doing sort of like the cutting, it's like sort of a monotonous,
Yes,
you know.
it's like meditation.
Exactly. And when you're doing this, I'm assuming that the glue takes a little while to dry, like for each layer. Do you have to wait? You know, is that also part of the whole, like, relaxing part of it? Or do you have to stick it on there as fast as you can?
It does. It takes a little bit. I guess, yeah, I mean, I let it sort of, once the piece is done, I let it like really dry. Then I put another layer of like acrylic sealer on top. And then I put a UV sealer on top of that. So I try to like, because you don't want, it's paper. You know, if you put it in the sun.
Oh, then it'll just
it
naturally
will fade. I mean, any
Okay.
piece of art will fade in the sun if you put it in
Right.
direct sunlight. But it's paper, so I put a UV filter on everything.
Okay.
Try and make it last. Yeah, I guess that's what's most surprising is that it's just how relaxing it is.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, because nobody thinks it's relaxing when I tell them how much I relax.
Because
when I do it.
it's very labor intensive.
It's labor intensive,
but
yeah.
it sounds like you are also, like, once you have the colors that you need, you can just cut. You know.
Yeah.
And I noticed, like I said, I noticed that on this
Mm-hmm.
collage versus that one, the pieces appear to be smaller.
Right.
Does that mean that you were more intense on that day, or does it have to do with the paint? You know, with the picture.
I can't believe this thing. No, I think with this is just bigger. I think there's just like a large thing. Maybe I was just getting lazy. I don't know. There's like certain parts where I'm like, oh, just put a big, like, just cover some space. This is gonna take me like months to make this thing. I don't know.
And typically, how many are you doing? Like, since you said you don't start one and complete one.
Yeah.
Typically, how many are you doing at once? Like working on?
Probably like 3 or 4 different
Okay.
things.
Okay.
You know, if I have a couple of dog orders right now, so like I sort of go around, do a couple, like I'll do work on this one for a little bit, and then I'll go over here. I have a very short attention span.
Okay. But I mean, that seems like it would work out well because
Yeah.
you can use, you can use some of the same colors. And when you're working on the 3 at the same time, are they all similar colors, or can it run the gamut of where you're having?
It can run the gamut,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's when the studio is like, gone
Paper
from when you
everywhere.
sneeze. Don't cough. Nobody cough.
Oh no! Then do you actually store? I mean, this is very labor intensive.
Yeah.
So do you, when you're looking at the picture of what you want to do, are you thinking, okay, I'm gonna just cut out all the greens, all the types of greens I need for this, or
Yeah.
are you cutting a little bit at a time, like saying, okay, the right quadrant has green, so I'm just going to focus on that, and then
Right.
or do you cut out all the colors?
I cut out a bunch of greens.
Do you?
I just cut out a ton of them.
Okay.
Even if it's not even what I'm looking for, I'll just cut the green, and then I have it, because then I'll think, because you never know, it might just be the right color next to another green.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yep.
like when you put it next to something else, it changes
It might
everything.
complement it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's the color. It's one color next to another color. Like that pink is that color next to the black, but that pink is not the same color really next to the green.
Right.
So that means that like when you put all the greens together,
Oh, I see. So
they
there's-
like blend more. So then that might be the right color.
I see.
Or not.
Because otherwise
You know.
it might be jarring, like you said.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it might be a
Yeah.
very different color. With regards to cutting out everything, you cut out everything all at once?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. That would just be too much.
The piles of paper just become
Too much.
excessive.
And like I
Yeah.
said, I was serious. Do you like have a ton of magazines, or do you
Yeah.
recycle, or
I have my
others?
lovely friends, and I have some magazines for you, and I go, oh, thank you, and I just
okay, of course.
so
yeah.
I have some really great friends that bring me their magazines, and So, yeah.
Now, Chrissy, have you ever thought of this from the standpoint of an environmental standpoint?
Oh yeah, I love the idea of recycling.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. And I love, because obviously we're just slaves to advertising. They're everywhere. I love cutting up an ad, like, like, I'm going to make something pretty out of you. I'm not going to sell your garbage. I'm going to make some art out of this. That makes me so happy.
So your art is, twofold. I mean, obviously it's bringing joy to the recipient,
Yes,
but it's also
lots of joy.
Yes. Yeah, but it's also, one less thing
Right.
that's being recycled possibly into a landfill or something.
I'm a crazy recycler. I recycle.
Oh, okay.
I have the big recycling bin, and I fill that thing every week, and it's like loaded. I recycle. I'm crazy about recycling and plastic, and don't get me started. Like, I just go a little bananas with that stuff.
So are you? So at the end of the week, like you said, you don't like to say, even though you cut out everything at once.
Yeah.
Do you at the end of the week or at the when would you throw out the excess?
And
pieces?
once the piece is finished,
once
I
it's
just
done.
clear it out.
Okay.
Yeah, because you never know. You might need something. You might need another of that shade, and you keep
I
it.
see.
But once it's done, then it's clear the decks.
Well, how do you organize all that? Because you have to have like
organized.
thousands.
You're so funny, Dustin.
I mean, you have to have the greens all in one. I would imagine. Don't you have to have the greens somewhere and the reds and the blacks and?
Would it be so great if I was organized? And yeah, that would be great. That would be so great.
I'm not convinced that you don't have any kind of organizational structure because it seems like you would have to.
It's in my head. Somehow it makes sense to me, but it's not.
So you literally have like just lots and lots of pieces.
Well, I don't, because I don't cut. I cut color blocks out of the magazine, but I don't always cut them into tiny squares.
Oh, I see.
So
I see.
I'll have
I see.
blocks of color.
Got it.
And then I have my, my stack of ideas and then my stack of
Okay.
papers, and there's just sort of stacks of paper everywhere.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because you know what? I literally thought that you were cutting up all the smaller pieces.
No, I can't.
But you're just cutting out
I cut
the
the bigger
colors
blocks,
that
yeah.
you might need for this. Okay,
Right.
that makes sense. So then that's easier to
Yeah.
organize.
The one organization thing I know, because I do a lot of these tube signs, so I do have a lot of red, white, and blue, and I keep those in
okay.
envelopes of larger pieces because I do a lot of these.
Okay.
So
and you know you'll use those.
and I know I'm going
so-
to use red. I'm going to use blue, so I'll keep those, and white,
Okay.
which you wouldn't think was a problem, but that's hard to find. It's like a
Oh.
good, pure, interesting white. Interesting white is hard
Okay.
in a magazine.
Oh, I can believe that. You're an expert on this. I'll take your word for it. But Chrissy, we're just about out of time. But I
Oh,
wanted
goodness.
to find out where can people find out about your art and if they're interested in going to any of your art exhibitions that you may have.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm on ChrissyMcIntyre.com.
Okay.
Or on Facebook, Chrissy McIntyre Art, and Instagram is Chrissy McIntyre Art. I don't have a show coming up right now.
Okay. But would it be on your website?
Oh yeah, that'll all be on my website.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
just working on commissions, which is
Okay.
great, and trying to build a show.
Okay, that's perfect.
I'm always doing that.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here. This was
you.
wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is, I really, like I said, when I saw you, I was like, I really wanted to talk to you. So thank you
Yay.
so much for being on here.
Thank you.
This is Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I'm Dustin, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.